Gender stereotypes. You know, that thing where people assign specific characteristics to specific genders? I totally did not just Google the definition for that. Gender stereotypes are still pretty commonly used nowadays, from men being better in sports than women to women being smarter than men. But we're not going to talk about those stereotypes today. The stereotype that I want to talk about today is that men are more independent than women. This is because due to gender stereotypes, men are always seen as the tougher ones. Men should be able to pick himself back up without any help because men are stronger both physically and emotionally. While women, being these more vulnerable little creatures they are, need more help than men do because women are a lot more vulnerable. So I want to see whether this gender stereotype is true or not. But how exactly am I supposed to do this? Well, unfortunately, this is a group assignment that I had to do, and I desperately need to pass this subject. So we're going to do some social experiments together, folks. But what type of social experiments are we doing? Well, I already have a specific game plan in mind, so let me just lay it down for you real quick.
To start us off, we'll have two actors, one male and one female, which both of them will be known as Actor 1 for now, because we're not gonna let them both go in at the same time. We're gonna record all of these attempts separately. Now, Actor 1 will be equipped with two bags on one hand, while they'll be on their phone with the other hand. We're doing this because we wanted to show that Actor 1 have their hands full, which we will explain why in a second. We will then have Actor 1 walk into a crowded area. This, my friend, is where the fun comes in. Let me introduce you guys to a good friend of mine called Actor Number 2. Now, Actor 2 has one mission, that is to run as fast as possible and then bump into Actor 1. When that happens, Actor 1 will then drop their bags, while Actor 2, after bumping into Actor 1, he'll look back, he'll say like, "Oh, sorry," and just run off into the sunset, never to be seen again. Now this, of course, will lead us to two different outcomes. Number one, the Actor 1 will receive help from strangers, or in outcome 2, they'll just completely ignore Actor 1. Now, if our hypothesis is correct, the stranger will help Actor 1 depending on their gender. If it's a male, the gender stereotype will kick in and they'll think that, it's a male, he can pick them up by themselves. But if it's a female, the strangers will think that, poor girl, maybe I should help them out, because in their mind, they think that girls are a lot more vulnerable. Now that we know how the social experiment is done, it's time for us to get ourselves a crew. Well, luckily, because this is a group assignment, I already have minions of my disposal. So let me introduce you guys to the team that made it possible. Now that we have everything prepared, all that's left is to find a suitable location to do the social experiment in. And after a very thorough discussion with a team that definitely did not take less than 30 seconds, we finally decided on a few locations. And let's start off with everyone's favorite university, Sunway. That's right, folks. We totally, legally trespassed Sunway University for this assignment. Can I pass now? Shortly after meeting up with the crew, we immediately scouted out a few spots and we ended up choosing this particular area right here that is close to one of the entrance of Sunway University. And after a few minutes of setting up camp, we immediately found an opportunity to conduct experiments because it was busy hour at the time. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. Test numero uno, baby. As the camera panned to the left side, you can see our male actor number 1, Divanesh, walking towards our direction. And after a while, there he is, our actor number 2, running in like her life depends on it. Well, unfortunately, the result was a loss. That's 0 points to the male side. Now on to test number 2. So the next area we went to is this area in Sunway University called a brain forest. Not exactly sure what that place is for, but there's a lot of people there, so we decided to do a second test in that area. This time, however, we're using female actor 1 instead. And with our actor 2 eager to go, let us begin test number 2. This time, we have our female actor 1 walk up the stairs and walk to her left. But then suddenly, our actor 2 coming in with murderous intent, running straight into our actor 1. This time, someone actually helped our actor 1, which means the result for test 2 was a success, giving 1 point to the females. Now, let's move on to test number 3. For this test, we decided to do it on the canopy walk above Sunway Lagoon. This canopy walk connects Sunway University to Sunway Pyramid. And you know what that means. A walkway that specifically connects a university to a mall. It's going to be hella populated. But unfortunately, I really have to come clean here. Unfortunately, we didn't really get a good shot of this. But this test did give us some very interesting results at the end. What does that mean? I'm just gonna let you folks see it for yourself. So same thing again. We have male actor 1 walking down the walkway and actor 2 on the other end of the walkway preparing to bump into our male actor 1. So the result was a success, surprisingly. This is probably because we sort of already have an expectation with the whole hypothesis thing that, oh, he's not gonna get help. And he also didn't get help in our first test either, so we were pretty sure that he's not going to get help here. But he did, so this gives 1 point to the male side, making this a tie. Now, before we move on to our final test, we had to move to a new location because the canopy walk ultimately is a bit too much for the crew. So we swapped spots, and that place is the pyramid. Due to time constraint, we ended up only doing one last test in this area, and after a while, we decided to pick this particular gate right here. This is because entrances/exits like these generally has a lot of people. So we hope that we manage to catch someone's attention by doing some tests here. So without further ado, let us begin the final test. As our female actor 1 walked towards the gate right there, actor 2 sprinted towards her, and the result is...
Huh? Element of surprise!
Yep, no one helped her. I mean, at least that guy saw it, but he didn't help, so yeah, it is what it is. And with that, for our final result, we ended up with a 1-1 tie. So what does that mean? That means my job here is done. And we'll move on to the next presenter. Take care, y'all, and have a good day.